Today, the 12th of May, 2020. We want for wish the first and second gentle people them, na salon, happy birthday. The first gentleman, where na His Excellency, the President himself, President Bio, and the second gentleman, when Mohammed Julde Jallo. Yes, they'll to get the same date for their birthday, where then they celebrate, and we want to wish them the best, where then they wish for themselves. Today, we want to lay on a table the inter-district lockdown, how the one that will not be patriotic to Salon, how then they beat the system. From the passenger, we feel say inter-district lockdown day, but still yet, Iwango Usa Iwango, for gonna another district, but without the help of the driver or the Okada rider, you're not going to be able to do that. So from there, we come to the drivers and the Okada rider them, where they take their journey then they. But without the help from the security personnel them, where they didn't at the checkpoint, that one they not going to be possible. So from the passengers to the drivers and Okada rider them, go to the security personnel them, where they didn't at the checkpoints them. Because now with that last silent day, now they make the flaws where they now the system. But we want for make it work. Because we want for make it work, if somebody tests the system for better. If somebody feels say a big past the system for sure and say, na the big one. So why make the system within place not the work for everybody? Certain people and feel say they're able to beat the system, and because of that, then they escape. We not fine for we na Salon right now. However, make we give the update for COVID-19 today, the 12th of May. New cases, 0. You don't say now almost 1 month we will not get 0 case. Almost 1 month we will not get 0 case. But you know, say today the president and the vice president and birthday. So maybe now they don't gift that one day. But now 0 case we get. So the confirmed cases, same from yesterday when I be 338. The people are waiting at the isolation centers them. Now 246, same as yesterday. Recovery, we not get any new recovery. However, we get 1 death. We get 1 death, we don't care the number to 20. And this one, they say now a 75-year of age female, will be then at the Connaught Hospital Isolation Center. Now, number 20, when body not be able to fight against COVID-19 na Salon. The number of people who will get in quarantine today now 2030. 2030. Yesterday, we been get 2,067. Now them be there in quarantine. But today na 2,030. Whether they want tell we say 37, a difference of 37 from yesterday to today. Although we don't know if more people them, then we add them. But if we want to look the number of people already out of quarantine, if we want to compare the number we get yesterday to the number we get today, yesterday we get 2,164. 2,164. Today we get 2,274. 2,274 now we get today. So we get more people and we come out of quarantine than the number we left quarantine, because now 67 will be here yesterday. But now the numbers then we then give you and we save just they announce. If we want to take them by district, Bo 11, Bond 12, Falaba 2, Kenema 10, Koinadugu 2, Putloko 8, Tonkolili 4, Western Area Rural 36, and Western Area Urban 245. Same like yesterday. All the numbers then did not change. Well, just one or two things then we forget in mind. Let we just say people then be the axe. People then be the axe. Today, now the update, the press update we then can always gain. How many test kits we get right now we available in Salone? The entire country. How many test kits we get? We get 17,000. 17,000 test kits now we get. Na Salone. Remember, up to yesterday, they told you they don't do over 3,000 tests. So if you want to add maybe that 3,000 and this 17,000, so approximately we will say we get like 20,000 now we get in total. If we want to add the one we don't use, but we get 17,000. Today, what to make we get 0? People want to know why we get 0 today. 18 lab tests them. 9 Kenema do. 18 lab tests. 9 Kenema do. We then do yesterday. We then return today. And then 18 tests then they 0 positive. Now make we get 0. Now Kenema no more. Now then send the own test result. Then me want for make me say, if anything for be changed from that 11 o'clock morning, we then do the update to 7, we then can come and give you a second update, then go give you. But they not be give you any second update. When me say, maybe the other one then come, or maybe the other one then not come. But now only Kenema lab, now then be send result. Now 5 laboratories them they inside Salone. 5 laboratories. You know, say people then be they ask say how many we even get. Well, government in 5 laboratories. Connaught, Joe, 34 military, Central Reference Lab, and Kenema. Now the 5 places they want in day, we get laboratories in Salone. And only 1 lab, when a Kenema, now be submit the result. Only 1. So now make we get 0. So maybe, I know surprised if tomorrow we get high number. Because sometimes then, other one, they don't send the result. then get backlog, they don't do the other one, then back, they don't send her. So maybe we will get to that one, we'll say tomorrow, back now the highest. This is not some of the thing that we pass through the update today. But what I want to make you focus on today, now the inter-district lockdown. Government put measures in place for make we go able for beat COVID-19 na salon. Some of them measures then they now for encourage people and for wash their hand. Now for send away people in the kind of public, then for mask up, for wear mask. And they don't give away lockdown 3 days. Even as we speak now, curfew day in place. And also inter-district lockdown day in place. We mean say everybody for day usai ide. But all of the measures here, which one you feel say they work in a salon right now? You know, say Sarah Network, we talk to the camera. Where the camera, they go out there, for go talk to people them on different issues them. We upload a video today. When a Congo market, the camera go waka. How many people na that video in a Congo market you see wear face mask? How many people? How many? So who that you want for blame yonder? Now the government? Now the people? Eh? Because these are things them way, yes, the government don't put in place measures, but somebody need to follow up. It's like where you get guy speaking house. You know, say, who is send now for go buy now the specific shop where you want for buy from. But that particular shop they far. In feel say this other shop where they closer, he not get any reason for know why you no want her from that shop there. You go get some people where they go to the extent where they don't send the beginner and they follow them behind. Because now that kind of guy speak you know say if now what he want do, now he go end up do. And Sierra Leoneans them, we no want for take control. We no want for take control. Or we want for sure say, because of corruption, we sabi beat the system. Because of corruption, we know how to beat the system. And that particular reason it make we see the rise na the number them who they get. Yes, today we get 0, but based on just 18 tests the way they conduct. Remember, then 5 labs then they can conduct like 80, between 80 to 120 tests then they can conduct per day. They're all way put together. But now just 18, so now we get 0. But if government put regulations in place, the citizen for adhere, yes? If the citizen break the law, who that for take responsibility? Who that for take responsibility now? Who that? Security officers then at the checkpoint, yes. For Komot and Friton, Gobo, Kenema, McKinney, you hear all the conversation them. The one way beats me tempers all. Now the first one, now the pack. Usai a first reach, where Then he call them batoliner then hustlers them, the apprentice them. Inter-district lockdown day, then still they call Kabbalah Bokenema inside Freetown. That one day take me then into another level. For say the pack then safe. We no say inter-district lockdown day. They allow people them for then at the pack them. They call passengers for going to another district. We all man supposed for day Osai ide. Make them they think small. Now they want them they for deal with appropriately. That's now waiting Solomon Jamil when are the spokesperson for COVID-19. Now so he say. He still insist say inter-district lockdown they work. Myself go agree say inter-district lockdown they work for the one they way they afraid. The one them we feel say then they afraid Papa government, they no one break the law, it they work for them. But the one them way they feel say they're not afraid, they know for beat the system, then can spend money in not the work for them. So if everybody thinks say they're able for beat the system, then inter-district lockdown, we go say it not go work. But for now, if you're afraid, it works. If you're not afraid, then it not the work. Because from the security officers them, within at the checkpoints them, to the passengers them, to the drivers them, to the Okada riders them, if we learn this about the inter-district lockdown, what thing we go on for say na the border area? What you go really want for say yanda? If this one went from one district to the other, we learn this so today. What you want say? Make a call to Usman Toli. Himself don't listen. Make we hear waiting a get for we. Because at the end, me want make we provide more solution for government. How we feel say the government of Sierra Leone go able enforce the inter-district lockdown. Because as at now, we don't say if you're not afraid, you're able to go through. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A. And I don't listen to all the questions that we ask. Before ever, I did dive into that question, and I just want to talk a little bit about COVID-19 statistics. I like statistics. Today, at least we get some good news. Because today, we don't get no new case. But I get mixed feelings. In the sense that although we don't get new case, but we still get one death. And that affects the statistics somehow. Again, you go ask, because we get zero new case. But this could be attributed to different factors. One, possibly because of the number of testing. If at all they do test, as you say they do 18 tests, lab tests them at Kenema. Well, it is possible that the number of tests that we make is low, so as a result, we will not get new cases then. Because for let them do a test, I think say based on some factors then. I believe so. Me not to expert, not that's really. But I believe say most of the tests are carried out whether you know primary contact, whether you in a quarantine center, or you not possibly match the case definition. Basically, I think that then people are in the test due to we testing ability, testing capability and capacity. We don't want to test everybody, you know. And today I understand from the spokesman say, I think total number of test kits, I think about 17,000. Although we don't use more than 3,000 now. So even though they therefore carry out some tests, they still therefore be mindful of the fact that, we not get sufficient amount of test kits and as the thing they progress. So it's too early for us to celebrate. It's too early, although we get 0 case today, but it's too early for us progress, for us we rejoice. Because to be honest with you, all the press say, let we try come to the peak. Because only when we reach the peak, we begin to see the case they go down. And when the case go down, then some of the restrictions then, I think so the government will begin to relax some of the restrictions then. So basically, and so I see the whole world, they work right now. Like UK tomorrow, will begin get some, then they begin relax some of the restrictions then. Because then they're what they call the R value, it will fall below 1. So it means some of the restrictions then will begin relax then. So we pray God, let this be the starting. Because for study the peak, I think say therefore given period of time. It takes some time, you study them, you see how the curve they go, then you make up a decision whether we don't reach the peak or not. So we all look forward because then give me I think say the government will lock the airport for 3 months. And so we hope this trend to continue so that they will begin open up things then, Now, let me go to the issue here in terms of Musa Kamara. That was a good one. This is now one of the exceptional studies in terms of looking at some of the strategic measures then where the government they take, whether they are effective or not. And the way I do them, in a very clever way. I must commend them for this. The type of questions them we pose to the drivers them, the passengers them, the way I do them was so professional, and this is not a real case study. We be not talking at this forum, we be not ask this question. Despite of all the inter-district lockdown, we still see new cases then arising from different districts then. Some of the cases themselves are not able to explain. We be not say there is some amount of lapses at the system. And this don't prove to me beyond all reasonable doubt that indeed there are lapses. This don't expose the lapses. The question we all look at is this. What is responsible? What are the factors that were responsible for this? Basically. Who are they responsible? Who are you blame? Is it the government? Is it the people? Is it the economic conditions of the country? Is it corruption? Is it unpatriotism? Now the question, who do they blame for the entire? Okay, yesterday I mentioned the fact that, I don't say this is not a collective responsibility, not to the government alone, but to a very large extent, I make it quite clear yesterday, with behavior, the influence, the manner in which, or the degree at which, we would be affected by COVID-19. And this is a clear case study, clear example. The security, the drivers, all contribute. Everyone now contribute. May I go argue so? Because let's be honest now, yeah? We all don't listen to Musa Kamara interview. One of the interviews that we make, we found out say, even though security is not responsible, but the individual way, now the driver, he find a way for beat the system. He take advantage of the fact that he say, not to other districts they go. They cross the district, they within the district. And then they beyond the knowledge of the security. So that in its own, now unpatriotism. Because if you love your country, you love yourself, you care for other people, and as we say, you will give honest information. But you don't care about your own health, and not only about your own health, but also the health of others. So that is unpatriotic in itself. And then also, think about security then. They self-contribute. Because in certain cases, it shows clearly, say they accept bribe. We listen to one of the Okada drivers there. He talks, says, go 610 for the day. So he beat all the checkpoint in the. It means he only bribe, but then checkpoint them. He get connection, and then checkpoint them. So that the security is responsible. Is it because of is that corruption? Of course it is. Again, you go turn back and ask, why is all this? Is it the economic condition of the country? Because again, you look at wages the way they pay, then security, then you look at and say, I don't get enough to support myself. So if chance arrives, then they make business out of it here. So therefore, we're not surprised that the case system then will continue for rise. Now the old philosophy is. But let me just emphasize on this. We people we get to talk to them. I spoke yesterday, I make a point clear yesterday. To a very large extent, although we blame the government, but the infection rate in our country today depends on real own behavior. The government, they try to put all the necessary measures. Yeah? And interestingly, we people then they suffer with their measures here. Yeah? Look at that. They're not giving us two times now. 3 days lockdown. And it worsen on our situation. When I get curfew, a good number of our lifestyle has been affected by that curfew day. Then we'll get inter-district lockdown. Today I was listening to Dr. Samura, former flag bearer of the APC. He advocates for letting relax the inter-district lockdown because of agricultural purposes. Because say, this is an agricultural thing. By putting this restriction in place, it just makes situation for the people tough, especially the farmers, the business people. So these measures, the government thinks is necessary for we own health. Think again. Since this COVID-19 started, we not get no healthy discussion in politics. Anytime away we can have this forum, what will they talk about COVID-19? Everything on cease. No health debate. Parliament will be the only enjoy parliament. Where then they hold that into account. All this don't cease. Look at the economic situation of the country. Nothing is going on. So the government, they try to strategize, put measures in place so that we'll get rid of these menace and then move on with life. But people are not having it. This is why we say, to a large extent, to defeat this invisible enemy depends on everybody in effort. This is a collective responsibility. But it looks like people are not the same. If they tell you, say, you get for what you earn. If they tell you, say, this cyclone come, not to we no more in the Guinea, even with neighboring country there. Why for accept? In Liberia, in Gambia, in all over the world. So what's now your point for deny? That there is a wear face mask. You don't wear face mask. All these factors. So we all they contribute. Not just they put blame on the government. The government, they do what they are supposed to do. But if we serve as citizens, we are not patriotic. What do you expect? What do you expect? And when they put down measures them, they see where they suffer. For example, you see, look at the consequences where they happen. For example, the Tomo riots. the Tombo riot, the 3 days lockdown, where it bring economic hardship to the fishermen. At the end of the 3 days lockdown, they want to impose all the restriction on it. Now, one of the factors then will lead to the to this riot in Tombo. So these are difficult times, but we all need for sacrifice. We need for sacrifice. You know, the important thing where I want to take away from this analysis today is this. But the fact that these restrictions are in place, then you will only able to get your freedom back. It will only get your freedom back, provided the infection rate is slowed down or ceased. We're not going to say it will down completely, but if we all able to observe the protocols that we then put in place, then we're able to reach that peak, and then it starts for full. Most of these measures, the way with the CISO government, they relax them. Now that's not the most important thing. Then before I left this platform today, one important thing where I think say it continue for rise in the discussion of the EOC is the issue of Madagascar. It's an interesting case study. When you look at what happened in Madagascar, it's interesting because so far, Madagascar, the total confirmed case now 186. No death, absolutely. Imagine 186, no death. And then I'll get about 105 recoveries. The question is, now they don't donate, I think, some COVID-19 organic to the health ministry in Freetown. The question is, should we use this or not? The point where everybody they try for make here is this. We don't use to rehab medicine, right? We don't use to rehab medicine. At some point, most of we don't drink now or any other roots that we don't drink them. And up to this time, people in the street drink them. You understand? And Madagascar, the argument is this. They don't cure 2 people, let them say. Then say the West, not they take we own medicine serious simply because it come out Africa. Now so the President Rajolina say, he said because it come out Africa, so then they play the system there. You know, but the government say because go through the clinical trial, and that it has not been approved by the WHO, so therefore, then get for think and force before they use them. I don't know how I throw them back to the listeners then. Anybody will get 1 or 2 words we want through inside. What do you think about the Madagascar issue, where the government already don't spend about 45,000 euros, on administrative cost, although not donation. But again, that's another line of, I know say, Solomon Jamil talk say, they look forward to anything when innovation. And indeed, some of them opportunity are they rise when something happen. So we'll try for look into that again, because the figures, although today we get good news, but still not encouraging, because the debt still go up, and as it stands now, it's almost 6%. And we compare, I don't say it's, the Ebola was more deadly, because I think 28% of the infection rate with the Ebola, so we don't want, we see this high amount of death, because all that one they get for showcase at the end of the infection. Now that's my one important thing. But thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Well, before you go, because the question here is, now, this don't come to government attention. Yes, we need people for be patriotic, but we need people where they fall short of the system for make the system bet them. from the security officers them, to the drivers them, to even the passengers them. What in the measure where you feel, say, government for put in place now, since this one don't come to exposure?
Well, the government gets a rule for play. We all know that. Because don't forget the responsibility of the government and for make sure, say, you protect life and property. More by extension, the police. Right? The security personnel in that country, we know, say, they cannot be trusted. Because the system itself is corrupt. We know the system is corrupt. The government don't try for introduce. First, remember, say them in a Duda pass. Just paper pass. Then they can introduce this electronic pass. The reason why they move from that paper pass to electronic pass, the MC say this will be more robust. Electronic pass. It will help for correct the measures. Right? But again, it's a difficult situation for the government. It's a difficult situation because they will only monitor as far as they will able to see. Because I listened to Indi Solomon Jamil, he talked, say, some journalists also, they know.
Yeah, the civil society, they will be go through the system, yes.
Their own studies, exactly. They go do their own studies, then find out, say, the system is robust, the system is efficient. But there will always be a loophole on the system. Especially when it comes in terms of security. And you talk about. We are just say the government, therefore, I know it's tough because it's a difficult situation for the government because one, they also therefore think about the economic condition of the country. As we continue for say, 2 weeks lockdown will have been the best. But again, we see just 3 days lockdown, the consequence that we've seen at Tumbo. So if you go put person on 2 weeks, I think the consequence will be worse. I think the government just need for continue, for monitor. Because don't make no mistake, the inter-district lockdown is a work. It a work. I agree with Solomon Jamil. Because the way I want to look at AAA is this. If maybe they be relaxed, like when you talk if they be relaxed, or if the inter-district lockdown not been there in existence at all, maybe the infection rate will be much more higher than this. No matter what, people in there where they still respect the inter-district lockdown, where they take precaution. Then they afraid for their life, afraid for their family, their life, afraid for their own lives. So those people, those sets of people, maybe go say, 60-70% of them in the country will go obey these rules. So those 60-70% of those people, when they restrict, then they protect not only their own lives, but the lives of others, or the health of others, as well as their own health. When you get that fraction of people, we're very unpatriotic. We're not listening to instructions, not to follow protocols. But then set of people and they officially the government gave us strategize for. Yeah? Give us strategize for them. Maybe, sport checks. Engage youth man them. Make sure, say, certain district and they, give responsibility to the youth. Say, look, anybody will know protect my own community. I don't know if this one will go on already. Let them become vigilante. Make sure, say, anybody will break the rule, police, so everybody, now we get this modern technology, WhatsApp, pictures, and all that. I'll take a picture, or report them, But it's a very difficult fight. This is why I say, it's a collective responsibility for everybody. Because, the more lockdowns, the more people and they suffer, we begin to see violence, they arise due to an economic hardship. I think the other day where people in the call for 2 weeks lockdown, I caution that. Because I don't experience a 3 days lockdown of future. I know what it entails. So not that I say it's a very difficult situation. I feel say it's a collective responsibility. People and behavior, it matters a lot. This now we all will therefore take this responsibility. If they say not do this, not do it. Not do that, not do it. I will say about 70% of this is then now we own hands. 30% then are the government they own hands. Because government all they therefore do now for strategize. Put strategy in place, put measures in place. It's up to we, the citizen. It's on us. The onus is there on we for ensure, say, because some of these things, as you don't read before, there are no regulations. Parliament don't make no regulations. For example, on, if you break the principle of social distancing, what will therefore happen to you? If you know wear masks, public masks, what will therefore happen to you? There are no regulations. These are just principles where based on common sense and patriotism for what we follow. For you somebody, there is not much we will do. So I will stop here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Tolly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. We're waiting Usman Tolly, Leone Tebun. I feel say government, yes, the people them get 70%, but action should be taken against the one them where they try for show say they're able for beat the system. And when I say the one day, I'm not to talk about the driver no more. The driver, the passenger, and even the security officers them. And like I said, for make we not say something they work, okay, the journalists don't test and on. We want to see people in authority try for test the system. They need for try for tester. But at the end, we two be together last time about that new thing, incident, where the Minister of Mines saying be the inside Mutka is sleeping at the Mutka in the morning. That particular story there, now 360 from this one where we are in now. Totally different. And they open the phone line. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and who you call from?
Yeah, I mean, Omar Fona, the call from New York.
Yes, Omar, you get 3 minutes. Waiting now your contribution.
First, I want to thank you for this beautiful platform. We at least they create for the ordinary people them for able to express them views. Very recently, we all don't realize the social media is the work because people only use the social media for infiltrate governments and get the messages them. So now we all don't take this thing very serious. That when we talk something there, it's like they talk inside State House. First of all, I want for we health practitioners them. This country inside me day when America malaria no there. So for people them detect coronavirus here is easy by symptoms. But we own country in Sierra Leone, we malaria will not take and say any serious sickness in fact. And the symptoms then of malaria and corona then so close that I just want see how we health practitioners there or we laboratories there equipped for able for do this differentiation in terms of testing for figure out say this person gets malaria and this person gets corona. Otherwise, therefore they implicate people them wrongly. And one. Then two, on the side of government, the country no declare a 1 year health emergency. We own governments are not take and say, are not believe say, then they fight the sickness with then so with I don't know, then serious about this. La put on that way. Say government not that much. The government they behave like they're serious about this, but they are not. waiting and improves them. We've been see a video where people in common how they call them currency censor them. People in Bidena somewhere in Lunge, then they go sneak them out. Government see that one day, but we don't see no action happen. Most of the cases they will begin come months later as coronavirus cases then. Now cases then we left quarantine. So mine are other one. Then to the general public, I want to encourage everybody say one part the way forward will get everybody for use mask. They not ask you say you left your mask now. New York, Usade, the means of transportation in New York now mostly trains and buses. And lately the train conductor and the bus drivers then they sick and die. What in the government do? They say, okay, let nobody not pay at the bus there anymore. Would they put the four seats when you are the driver? Nobody know for sit on there. And if they can't inside the bus, if you pass at the back door, these governments do now one day for let them able for protect them drivers there. Otherwise, people are not able for move out. But we will not get them instantly for do now one day. We're not able for block for do now one day. But if we're able for encourage, we say for let we mask up. We'll use a mask, that will help. The Madagascar issue, somebody church are facing a very sensitive issue. And I believe, say, we as Africans that we get for develop, we own paradigm for develop. No, let we get for, if we not add value to waiting we brothers in Africa, they develop, no other person not get for add value and that. How will they add value? We don't experiment this. The Africans say almost not the same. If Africa man de na Madagascar where this parents in the men, I believe the average African man.
Thank you very much, sir. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Countries in Leone, we know so many things the way that they talk now on paper no more. Now few people they know more the law the bet. But the balance they always try for beat the system. We don't see the journalists you don't go undercover, you don't see so many things that were not the work. And also the passenger that was the stubborn. They let for do the business. People that believe say when they move, they go get the business, then they survive. But if the law don't day, and you security officer, I believe say the security officer and the driver that they're getting in common. If they not give at that moment the money, maybe later on in the shift, they will collect their own percentage. That I believe. Maybe at that moment they not go collect money because they not let the eye see them. But maybe later in the day, after I look at a guy will say he runs 6 times. After the end of the business hour, you go side of the meet up, one man collect, you know, till they collect the business as usual continue. The journalists say at the end of one checkpoint where they get a tough time, where the guy say if you get past, the security officer say you get past, he say no. He said, well, you're under arrest, they will release you, get power for release you, but go meet who that's a CEO or OCBA. When you go meet and they will see the guy come back, what thing go on down there? That should say that it worked in a hand. Because the CEO for them, they definitely detain the driver, detain the passenger, then enforce the law. Now, they're there for you, and as long as they not get past. But the man there on the ground say, you not get power, go meet the boss. Boss now, you go do what they do. The man come back, then they continue the journey. So that also say that officer they for investigate them, and they for know with them for to enforce the law right there. So when I book them and they not get past. That alone for to happen. Because with law system, people that will still disobey and people that still they move around. But if the security officer if they catch them, they enforce the law, we do not say yes, it will work. But you rightly say the lockdown will work for the one that were freed. We not get money for the pay their way. I don't know it will work for, but if you get money for pay your way, believe me, you're able to go from Freetown to Cornwall, you go do your business, whatever you do, you come back. Then the last thing I want to say about that Madagascar thing, may it work. With traditional medicine there, they work. This past April to May, every year around beginning of May, I get allergy. I get fever, serious fever. It catch me. I know say na fever. I know that, but I know I go now speak to. I know I go ready to go begin there. I left for work and put me on. So what I do? I buy ginger. I buy lemon, orange, and garlic, and jalapeno pepper. I chop, I put it inside pot. I boil them. Like whether they do salad, whether they take that secret to leaf, lemongrass with other leaf there, they boil and then you cover yourself with blankets. And then I do it for complete 3 days. Believe me, I sweat all my fever. I feel so good that every day I do it. Even today, I do it. Every day I do it. What I do, I said I burn more calories because I don't I go for that dialysis, so I know all that already. Why they check my weight, and the system my weight to go more down. So some of them with tradition thing they work. Me, I do me like ginger, lemon, garlic, jalapeno pepper. You chop, you put on a pot. Where you don't boil, you cover yourself with blanket, like 2-3 blankets. Believe me, when you don't sweat under more than 5 minutes, it depends how many minutes you want to go. But me, I can go up to 5-10 because it's so hot inside there. And we see I come out and I feel good. Whether breeze don't blow me, I'll go take shower now, then I'm ready. And it'll work for me. Because I believe so, me small, me get malaria in Africa, where they don't boil out secret relief. That lemongrass, they don't sweat you under the way you come out. You just going to see a sickness don't let you. They wash you with that water there or you drink some back on top. So I believe say some of you traditional medicine, the African men that work. If you believe her, work on her. If you're not, it's up to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I live on air. Your name and who you call from?
Hello, Mina Sequence.
Yes.
I call from France.
Yes, Sequence, you get 3 minutes, sir.
And may God bless you, Triple A. And I feel sorry for my country, Like today, while I watch your program, talk to the mic, like now my community turns to Bookfish community. I feel sorry for people. Let me see. 90% of the people in Congo market they put marks. You understand? And that's make I can always tell we now this diaspora, you must still communicate to people. Understand? For me, they put a mask. Coming to the government, you side of playing tricks in this corona threat, you understand? From the day one, like how the other callers, yes, they offend for this audio you don't play, so don't really manifest exactly within the going at the country on this fight of corona. And you don't play one clip here the last time where police officer stand firm for doing work inside this coronavirus. He stand firm. Same on this checkpoint, people travel helter-skelter. We see waiting come up behind that. We all know. So when people they try for talk, say that police they forgo do them. You see, when they try for this, once they are not in problem, when we know Usa will pick it on work with foot force before we know Usa will follow. Now, because me as policeman, I know see this don't happen to my colleague. He stand firm. Then I know what will happen to her. And so at the end of the day, what if you see the other one there, the other checkpoint and how they operate? Now syndicate. This is exactly syndicate. Let the government go, then people then go change them back, then go take state house security there. Though they're not boku for man to all the checkpoints in the country, but I'm telling you, any policeman and put you on that. Once then put this district lockdown, and they continue for say the district lockdown a failure. Because the Jamil they talk say yes, a good, not good. They always make the government put things in place. That 1 week law, 2 weeks law, that only they give nationwide. I know what it entails. Now financial for day na the board, the government put in place for sponsor less privileged people. All prepare for this. We say for them country and 2 months we come up a lockdown. So now yesterday I left we na France. You understand? So if the government, people they win at the policeman, they will some because we good one them. When they putting the up on policeman, we say power per Mr. Man, like you know this, you know that, you know they pass here, they say na law. At the end of the day, they suspend the guy. Now other policemen and they will do the negative things. Now they want go now for go drive them at the work. So you understand, eh? Make the government try for structure themselves first. And to me last one to me, Leone and them, Corona, the government they play tricks with them. May we not play tricks with them. Because for me, it don't beat the government though. Corona don't beat the government. Now we the people they try for beats now. So which means advice we all out there, may we still get ready for put on marks. So we say for the so we get the upper hand. Some of we mama the compound we in one game and a compound we people in overseas. Send money, make them make marks for all man at that compound. You understand? Some of we don't do them things in there. Because we know the kind community will come out. I know protect me, mama. I get marks, I get all team. People away dinner in compound, they're not protected. So now my word has may God bless you all. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Sequence. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yes, Triple. Mina Ezekiel. I call from St. Louis, Missouri.
Ezekiel, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes. Triple A. You see, when you can get some very severe illness, the treatment most of the times can be very aggressive for make them able for control them. Like malaria, so where we all know the medicine them for men malaria, now bitter medicine them. Salon, the problem with Salon we get, we need for set we have for Bedford food. You see, at this in plenty, where all man they say government. I understand this, and honestly, I share them passion. But now one thing we need to really look at, when you look at the inside the where we did and other partner of the world, plenty man they say, oh this thing now so it happen now, but Salon you know the work day. Waiting they make you know the work day. So we all don't accept this Salon for just the way it day, where lawlessness now they don't become part of the day. Of we like them. And at this way they say, if government really for succeed, any government, it's not just for this government now, if any government for succeed for lift Salon from outside a day, it require we all support. We all support in different ways. Because like a just now, we know very well say the law enforcement is weakness alone. But this is now when government go don't put hands for make them really enforce the law. Look at what we can come out again for say. Now, yeah, just now, just an hour ago, I've been watch TV and they follow on the arrest them when they make. Now, places where people know they follow social distancing and face mask. Now, United States, now, in fact, when you look at that, according to the proportion, it's like the blacks and the more in the majority. But what is the try for say? If they enforce laws in Naya, you know they see any interference, either from the public or whatever, people don't know what for do. The policeman out there, if for be fully empowered, let you know the way I do this. I have the support of my government, I have the support of the public. The public don't want lawlessness. But now yonder with problem there. We know these problems. But if we not set we are for Bedford food for once, Salon not will ever move. This sickness, the best way government will handle them, now we support. Government, they put regulations, but who are them for obey their regulations? Now the public. But just now, if they're not obeying, when government enforce, now we still want the public to cry down the government again. So we're not ready yet. And this are the same, Salon, we're not ready yet. We look at better things now, other parts of the world. But we always measure it, but you know the world is Salon. Why? Because we don't ascribe lawlessness to ourselves. We don't ascribe all them bad things to ourselves. We need for lift ourselves up. Now that no one am you say this may not really much focus on the government and the focus on we the citizens. waiting for me with roles and responsibilities. Other bodies where they outside the government, what we for do? Now that's not one of my own point. If we not do them, the government, like somebody said this one, still be the government, let not be free. But if we all decide for just day and that side, we'll allow anything to happen, and we cry out, then we're not ready yet. Now that's not my own point no more, AAA.
All right, thank you very much, Ezekiel. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, brother.
Yeah. Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
Hello, I'm AAA.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This is Adama. I call from New York.
You get 3 minutes, Adama.
Okay. This morning, I hear Kona say they interview people in the market, and most of those people that never get marks on their face. So Kona asked them, and they tell Kona exactly what they for do for defend themselves. And then Kona say, but why when I know where the marks? Oh, they forget all this. For me, me suggest online this AAA. They go for begin for find them. Because not for say they don't understand. They do understand. I just try guys where they get. Okay, and they are selfish. So if they're not they find them, the other thing what they for do for them with them, let the quality then at the also. Anybody where they come on the street, where you know one wear masks. Now for quarantine you now your host until you comply. Because this now they make too much trouble for everybody. Okay. And if this virus is not to go away, then they spread out more and more and more. All they care about, all they kind of market, all they want buy, all say no they. Even when they ask them this question, yeah, now that more that they talk about. So even if you don't buy some, even if you want, you get money, but if you don't have no they, that's nothing. So many the governments do that to them. If nobody, everybody for come outside for wear masks, you know what? Go, you better quarantine until you comply. The other question I want to ask you about the guy at the checkpoint. I don't know if you don't get back a job. You know, you can tell me something about that?
I will not get any updates yet about that policeman at that checkpoint.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Triple. Now that's what I'm going to say.
All right. Thank you very much, Adama. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who side you call from?
Yes, sir. My name is Shafi Koff from Tennessee. Thank you for giving me the platform. First of all, I just want to thank Kona for the work way they do. God bless and God continue to protect them. And a very nice and respectful girl where they ask about the match. Why you know where you match today? I left and I also left. They say, well, try for where I am. I say, okay. People like where the first caller been talk, Mr. Usman Tolly, where they born picking them. You just mention that. You can tell you picking less. You know say if you put in a fire, they born. But if you the Kumrano tell them 10 times, 20 times, you know, people like the security there. Now come and work for being for the government. Why would they measure the government is? Now then the captain and I wish them happy birthday to the Excellency and the Vice President. I hope they continue, but they continue so the corona will come down a little bit because they will not have case. God bless them. So what you get for do is the last call I will call before Miss Adam can call, we say Lord will come together for me to help people then. Monkey, why the monkey love the bush? There is snake, there's rain, there's all kind of terrible stuff on the bush. But that's why born and raised. If you bring the monkey at home, if you don't make a strong gate, they run back to go na bush. What they talk so today, because we don't can see small light, we don't learn from people. It be some of we before we learn, it take we several years before we get for buy the system. Now the same thing with Africa. The main thing where they say that country make, like with the people they don't talk, we get for come together for live to set up with the Africans. Then before we get for buy, we life them from other ethnic. If them one day they don't make medicine, they don't bring them. No, we try come together and see if there's something will get for work. And the lockdown will be the talk about, educated people, then illiterate people, then they talk, they will get the education, will not even, will they make them for process the education, for make them put them at the system, for give values and skills to people, then they disqualify waiting people, then they talk. Africa, people then they win a daily, they go put plaza me branca na market cancel. What I be want for let the government do is let that law wait and talk. If you know where you mark, look that much way can in Allentown. The Bobo say if you not know where anybody, we know where anytime we better think can Allentown. I know they give nobody. One lady can meet her, Kenzo no go other mass, damn mass don't lost. I be me picking, I don't know, because if you don't want we say, people then they put on because that small word where that Bobo use. So we just feel fool for gain wisdom. Now we don't get on top of the ocean. No matter how the sea look nice, the weather gonna be rough somewhere somehow. So they beg all Sierra Leone like how they listen to. Lord will do arm together. Today we don't get the bridge for pass through. God bless. This guy will know they sleep for put we together talk. Now we come together for no help people. Would they help people there and would they help the government also? Some people that they not talk today because they get people who they send for the $100 naira for buy, they don't buy the rest. Then she don't know they know they talk. If you some of Una forget una people there and put for the people who not get people and like their lala don't pass this. So do you have me brother then me sister then? Lord, you and together. If we white people don't go give us there and look the woman say, government don't remember. Papa God, thank you. The boss, this not the government to say na Sarah network. It's okay, tell them thank you for me. So do you have the big everybody? Lord will give hand together. Lord will give hand together, Lord help country. Thank you very much to the listeners, to you. May God bless you and God bless you alone. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sophie, thank you. Yes, caller, I did live on air. Your name and who you call from?
I'm named Koroma. I call from the United States.
Yes, Koroma, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I don't listen now report info, but at least one more listening, I just give me your opinion. I like one caller with me, waste sickness on past market. You therefore take heavy harm for children. People, to be honest with you, around the lawlessness, we don't accept and say, my part of we, now we culture. And I stand in order. So to be honest with you, for this alone will go back to what we want to make it is. We need the cooperation of each and every one. But the common feeling and the justice say, for next alone be heaven, now state house before begin. And that is far from the fact. Each and every Leone, you get to mind your behavior. Whether my family you do, any side who say you. Well, I see people in the sky down the statistics lockdown, say it will work. Believe you me, that thing they pressure, it will work. If also that inter-district AAA, the government, the number will get maybe like for multiply by 3. But because they pause the movement of people and make, we even do so way. If it was we never then, what's the number grow na Guinea? Because the charity enter them be voluntary mosque here and there. Then I see people and they cry down, the drug will come on Madagascar. One thing, to be honest with you, Africa, we get drugs and the quality will lack. Maybe dosage will not know, and we will not get lab work. Anyway, are they out for work?
Yes, I can get that. Okay, thank you so much. All right, Koroma, thank you. Yes, caller, I did live on air. Your name and who you call from?
Yes, I call from Maryland. Good evening, people.
Yeah, you get 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just want to add to all the non-compliant. According to my observation, I think we the citizens of Ghana, we know we comply. I watch your programs today, whether we the interview people. Even young students, they refuse to wear the mask. I might be wrong because I'm not going to go straight on all this. I want to always go. In my own belief, I don't feel say people really afford the mask. I think people are just non-compliant. Now we can always cry now for the whole government two weeks lockdown, now because of the hardship. Then if now we get the hardship, but the only alternative we are gonna wear the mask. I've seen many people when they go give free masks. So it's not about the mask. Even on us, God bless on us. On us, on a good sleep on a mask. People can afford for pay transport 2,000, 3,000 million. So that would anything they afford 3,000. You want anything 99%, 97% of the people that they refuse to wear the mask. Even Kabbalah in his home, I talk to him about the same way we talk now. This same liquid, this has been listening to 91.8. Before self the OIC they talk and my mom don't tell me. Now we need to guide them, allow small woman they go with the disease and Kabbalah now they say don't get so it's like nothing is working for me and they blame the government. There are two people that I don't think about this blame the government and the police. Yes, let's agree we don't need to get bad government, we get smart police. But let me say right now, how I will care for life for Donald Trump for protect me your life. What if I died and it's picking them in mama they to the pain for me? When playing it's like sometimes even against the inside with everybody, government. Somebody said toilet in your house, they expecting our government to go do that for it. It no matter whether it be Kamala Samura, whether it be KKY, no end is not Donald Trump say for whatever they go put now. Nobody go for solve a problem except we take responsibility for ourselves. It's like rather than become like a communist country, like everything. Government. And let's say when the guy inside and they refuse to answer about the mask, then they talk about the hardship, about this. That has been hard all we life. Also, when they grow up from checking, I know when they talk with you, when they see you checking in those big, they talk with you, those big like so. Like people when they survive for life. We eat polygon at school. So it's just like I just started with that calendar. I just feel like my mama, because my mama they obey the law, they provoke my mama because they obey the laws when they wear the mask. They even provoke and say, because you see them out, they try for encourage them, even if sister buy masks, then forgive the neighbor. Then they refuse to hold the mask. So for talk say that because they don't afford masks, government for buy masks. I wish government for even waste their money for buy masks for the people there. Coming to blaming the government about compliance. So I think that's a big problem now. If government wants for anything, civil society don't grab. Journalists them don't grab. How they call them activists, human rights activists. So what do you want the government to do? If over 99% of non-compliant, how can you arrest them? Where even say where you go touch pot, the police will get it. Like street away you look at the market, the Congo market today. 99.9%, they are defiant. This is how they don't get one respect for this government. I'm really sorry for this present government, I'm telling you. Thank you so much. I just hope so much. Let's not let on how they give. But in speaking for talking because they need to people the marks because of poverty. That is like if you can afford to go bribe police and pay 100,000 for go corner and back. You are a rich businesswoman. I used to sell sometimes when I'm surprised they put they sell their fast female, they want to say they not get. Then the next one and even the journalists where they go to say that it's just lawless. And as long as we're not really attitude, just like we see that man Usman Twali said, long as they are not willing to fight this fight, at least 6 years to 6 years where they go now, it can't police it off. Then I mean, if you also in the region, the only thing we could do an attitude. Even the former president talk about this attitude change. We are lawless. Look, even that incident, people in the city go, they talk about human. It's not even about politics, it's not about APC, it's not about SAPP. It's about lawlessness. All those teenagers with a good people, they are not vote holders. Then after that, they put the lockdown for 2 more days. So what? Let's be realistic. This government, they really do well. They're so slack. The laws are not even difficult. Lockdown, now just 3 days. Other countries, they do 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Still Saloma, they grumble. They say when I say 9 o'clock, some man they still grumble, say they want time. If they make a sense, some man would say 7 o'clock. After lockdown, all man rush back, go crowd. Educated with so much in the good school, they sell plastic bag. Remember one thing, it's more for life. So go for the go don't use that line as well because we corrupt. Because they don't even corrupt. And they talk say the party said event and they have been tapped for more for because of the shame for to tell the police and ask them if you can say, oh, they're calling for the job. If you can say, Mom, why are you lying? You have to tell the truth. They can't say a point now, they even hide now, we begin to create the picking and try to study the crew. Then we begin to pull and they say, Mom, you guys have to go, sir. Because they are playing, but the point is, yes. If they inside we even a year like whether if party the white man invited by and they go on time, but let an African do business in America and if you can't say points now to Australians, then if you refuse forgive it all. I go there now, they obey the law. I go free turn, I go drive to car, no register, I feel services for go bribe. So it is in off. Trust me, one day I bet you one in this, we they go out, if mama want drop something outside in the what is to be done tattoo will come back. We became 6 years. If you say, Mom, no, don't do it, that is lottery. They don't lie because you say consciously and you blaming government for everything. We are the parents. Some are the one that they don't get mama, they don't get papa. Who are the parents of these people? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Kona. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yes, Aisato, what thing you get for me?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope say everybody they do okay. What thing I want to start with first, now the journalists we try for investigate just to find out what thing really they go on. We will talk about this inter-district lockdown, whether it's effective, whether they work. First I really want to commend them for the fact that it go above and beyond just for make sure, say, he investigates what thing they really go on. We want for really tell Musa Tanki. He do in job, he do what every citizen in that country they do, for make sure, say, where something to go on and you want for really know how effective the problem is, and do that. And I also want to commend the other journalists out there where they interview the people them, where they educate them for say, you know what, they don't put law say you for wear mask. Why make you not wear a mask? Like Kona and Aisatu and many others, because even some of the journalists and AYV as well, I don't see them, they do them thing. So we want to tell them all thank you for the constantly they remind with people and say, you need to wear the mask. The mask there for protect you and protect me. Not to one-way protection. So if you don't wear the mask, me not wear the mask, we just try for transmit this virus here. And the law need for be reinforced. People that need for be fined for waiting and they do for break the law. Because to tell you the truth, I believe saying that the problem there. Whether measures are they in place now or not, the measures have to be reinforced. People that for be accountable for waiting and they do wrong. As a citizen, you owe that country a responsibility for make sure say you do your own part. Government get in your responsibility. If then they do their own part, you they do your own part. And trust me, that country it go before. Now a very small country with a very small population. New York self-wide, New York big pass salon. Not to talk about the population. So how come, we know we will control this sickness now with country if everybody put their hand together, work together, take things as serious. Left for the excuses when I tell you, say, they do social distancing, they wear the mask. Yeah, when I don't understand, say, for what, we tell thank you. But what about the mask? When they say, this is not a new thing, what I don't realize, say, in that self, they add to the entire precautions for make sure that this virus they under control. That's it's frustrating sometimes when you see salon people, we not listen at times, and it's very difficult. In as much as we they call now, we they try for make let them understand, and people then they go around there because I know say other people them back they try for sensitize different communities them, but nobody they take that seriously. This it depends on your life. This is not life and death. We're not just talking about, say, get food today for it. So not what we talk about. We talk about the fact, say, today you're going to talk to me. Tomorrow, I might not be there to talk to you. If people don't understand that, say, then they will take the measures then very seriously. And also, when they talk about the number of testing, will not get case today, that could be related to many different factors. It could be say the test, they're not being conducted test at a time where it say the report come out, right? So, okay, we'll not get a new case, but we get a death. Each day when somebody they die, now a sadness. We want to share with condolences them to all the people who don't lost their life through COVID-19. This is not a very serious matter, and we know say now we live in a time, we're all for no say COVID-19, it don't take the entire world into a standstill. The moment everybody realize that, you need to worry about money, you need to worry about work, you only need to worry about, am I going to survive this pandemic? Because this pandemic don't take a toll of millions of people there. So that's now one thing everybody get for try to understand. And then they talk about the Madagascar drug. One thing we get for understand here. Yes, sometimes you go with traditional treatments for certain things, but trust me, there's always a drug interaction or a drug-food interaction. So now make here so, then get the Food and Drug Administration. If you approve a medication first before they put it on the market, say it's okay for let you treat people with them. Right? Then get phases of trials when need for go through before you approve that medication. So then get a phase 1 where they say then they use very small amounts of people there for see whether if they give this amount of dose, what are the side effects, what are the effect of that medication on the person. And now they can take about months to years. And then they go into phase 2 trial, depending on the outcome of phase 1. Phase 2 trial, they take, years, several months to years before they can even say, well, then they use the same amount of medication, those what they use. Now, at this point, they get a large amount of people, what then they include now the study, in that phase of trial. So for C, say, okay, this medication will be long give. So in this amount of side effects, maybe 2-3 side effects now notice from the medication. And now we want to know, because if they go on longer, we want to know if the side effects are the same or it's more. So then you go into phase 3. Before the Food and Drug Administration, when at the FDA for approve the medication, say it's safe and effective for let them use them for somebody. And now they can take several years. And during that time, then they give some people them the new medication, then they give some other people them a different medication. So they get a control group. And they also get a double blinded group. Meaning, the person when they take the medication, no say that the new medication it take, as well as the one when they investigate, not therefore know who that take what and what not. Now, after the study don't complete, then they come now and compare. And they can do this in a randomized trial. So because of all those reasons, they just come all of a sudden, because this COVID-19 started in December. Just take we're talking about 5 to 6 months here. And then you're going to say, oh, something that didn't even go through phase 1, complete phase 1, or completed even phase 2, you want to give that to people. Now be careful in how we recommend certain things for people them. Right? Not for everybody they do well with certain medication. Some of them trial there so they can get people where they die from some medication, so they can register that. So when I don't do the comparison, so if you have the old drug versus new drug, then they try now for tell you, say, look at it. With medication, we don't come up with effective because it new, we're not getting a lot of side effects. We're not getting a lot of people that will lost their life. These are the percentage of people that will take this amount, and these are the percentage will take the new amount. So that can give some idea. So if even somebody want to market this drug, they can now see if it makes sense for them market. And at the time that when the FDA they approve the medication based on the safety and effectiveness of the medication or the drug. Sometimes about 25% of them, the people that they can go now a phase 4 trial. At that point, then they do further studies. I say this because many of the times in oncology, then they bring drugs them. Where we say they don't try this, they don't try this. And then they show you a difference of percentages in who that do well and who that not do well. Depending on the cancer type, depending on the tumor type and the stage and everything like that. So me, at this point, I really not feel say not a recommendation for that country there. I think we'll focus on the measures then, what they need for do, for make sure say people then follow them measures there. So then get all that drugs then we don't come up, that HIV drug where we say that basically not for them critically ill people them. Now therefore take that drug there. If you're very sick, you don't have like ICU, they can try that medication there. Which, another time we will talk about that medication in effectiveness and what it really do for people them. Because this last time when I talk about the hydroxy, chloroquine, me in general, I know say, not to everybody they take them. And one of the press conferences themselves mentioned and said that we don't ban that medication there. So that now one focus on exactly, the testing, definitely like the testing they continue, because if you not test, you don't know who that positive, only way you test, you know that positive and who that is negative. By doing so, we will really know the number of cases that are going at the country. We will try for reinforce the laws in the country for make sure say, we best for control this virus here. I not say change is a difficult thing. But sometimes then changes they are what they put in place for let everybody abide to or adhere to is good for we. It's just like, when you at one job, the job either stress you so much, you feel like say, you know what, I want to leave this job. No, I don't want to leave this job because you know what, I don't know what's going to happen if I go to the other place. But when you live in many times, you find peace, you find promotion, you find different things there. So now that we people therefore understand, say, the old salon and the new salon now, meaning the one we want to go before and become better. Now that we will look at. And I want to say, happy birthday to the president and the vice president. We wish them all the best, many more years in good health. At the same time, for give them wisdom. We pray that God give them wisdom. We will make sure say they put the country salon first, just like how the national anthem they say. We put the interest of salon above all else. So that every citizen practice Dande, and if we do Dande, our country will go before. Now, a small country, now a small nation, where we say if we work together, we will see Salon, we will really see that light, we'll all want for see. So, hashtag today, put Salon first. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Aissatou. Thank you. Yes, caller, you live on here, your name and who the call from?
Hello, my name is Nagugiato, the call from Norway.
You get the platform, Nagugiato.
Yes, so in Tripoli, we don't listen to the program. I don't hear you all my way don't talk. All my make sense. This district lockdown, within the try for talk, see the people, the security, the within at this party, also within at this checkpoints. I also believe the same program back now, where police stop a vehicle, we start same police they suspend them because they say minister be inside it. Where we already listen that program, with the program, 90% of we believe say the minister no be did. But that police they be doing right, they doing duty. We know the right see do. If that minister they be did, the sleep day, we all be know that they suspend them for that. And like we were Adama asks, you say move them down, how in case they go. We will let them foresee if they don't call them back, my job. But back all this way they see so, they call one could all people in the talk. Now we, salon people and the government and the people get for every country. Coronavirus, they can't say because of now the poor one it can affect, or now the rich one it can affect. But like I can see where some people they look for call, where they call like say now the poor one they no more than can attack for we say then they go above the law. Where they wash the one day, where they make the law, the one day where they put the law in place, how then they behave. Where they say for marks, now they all the wear marks. Social distancing, is there between there? So when they look, they look one side. You can for look the both side. COVID-19, they look where you be before it affect you. If we leave the rich and get on, then they will pass them back to people. So what make people can blame government? Because if government, way they put on a law, not able to stand by that law, the people where they be on are not able to take us serious. Now don't they want me people can blame government. Because look what they see, we only follow the program there. Look like this way Kona do today. that particular side, like we want call a talker. Like the people away there at the market, they don't even know safe waiting government don't pass. They're not safe. Say government don't make law. Yes, because some of them back they see. So we only see where something they happen, and they almost where they wear masks. Where the social distancing, where they among them. Not just the poor, yes, we they feel for them. But this sickness will not come by poor or it come by rich, it affects each and every one. If we all not stand up for help the country, we're not going to go before. Now, all my responsibility this, then get for work the marks. They all get for work the marks. And we say support for me and work the marks. Because it help them. Now they say that they wash their arm. And when you look the interview, like they know what's in the do, really. I can find out difficult. Why make it so difficult for them for me to accept? Now, myself never understand. But they know what's in the do. But they could talk, una we make law. If una know they make example, one would they be and una know they follow up. I'm your contribution to people ladies. May God take control, may God guide and protect each and everybody dwelling in that country because the life safe where they lost, we know no gladly for that na life. But the people they made themselves listen. Una where they put law back, una say for sure. Example to the people. I'm your contribution this people.
All right, thank you very much. We'll get to. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, caller, I live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Triple. Thank you very much. I call from Chicago. This is not Johnson.
Johnson, you get 3 minutes, sir.
All right, I just want to talk on this interdistrict lockdown issue. What me suggest the government for do here is for close down all those transportation park there and make sure say it put man there at the park there for make sure say no more car come out of Freetown or Bo or Kenema for going anywhere unless people who they transport with transport, people who go transport with foods and other stuff there. That now one out, that's what he said the government for do. Then the next thing is like Freetown get the first checkpoint where they come out of Freetown. They put people there and these people will put there, they don't put no force man or anybody, but you can look for any civilian post where they disguise themselves or just see what thing they go on. And then first checkpoint, then the same thing goes to Bo and Kenema with McKinney and see how it go work. But maybe they say if we do that, it go work well. And I just want to tell with Sister 10K as I took Jalo for the talk where you talk on these drugs, I buy the idea they triple. That drug's not good for people in a salon. That country they try for make experiment on these drugs and then if you say na salon for use. Salon not good. Even yesterday say I find out say Nigeria they send the same drugs they then go court for that and then condemn that drugs they. Then drugs in the way they send us salon. I know say we like free thing, but it's not good for people there. And I believe how that reason make the government use it. And I really want to tell the government that I've done that's all I get.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. They talk about the inter-district movement during inter-district lockdown. I think we all know the people of Sierra Leone get for adhere to. But outside them fail, the law for able for work. Now that's how me, Tripoli, they talk. We just can't go on and say, okay, now because of somebody asked now Facebook, you say Usai patriotism campadis. Say waiting this world the talks will get for do with patriotism because the headline will put say the inter-district lockdown the fail because of unpatriotic Sierra Leoneans them. Who is a patriot? I think something will be done deal with Naya before. Because if you like Salon, if you want the best for Sierra Leone, then you go adhere to the rules and regulation which the government of Sierra Leone put in place. So for this for happen, not because you're unpatriotic. From the passenger, we feel say whatever you want for go do, it paramount past COVID-19 and spread to the driver and the Okada riders them. We feel say if they get the money where the passenger then go give them, then able for bribe them way through. So the people them, the security officers them, now the checkpoints them, we swore an oath for defend life and property, Nazalone, for secure the life and property, for make we feel safe. COVID-19 is an enemy. And the security officers them, they don't take an oath for make sure say we are safe in Sierra Leone. And government put in place regulations for make we are safe. And you get some security officers them where they take the bribe for make them pass through. You get other one them where, because we know say some take bribe, some of the driver then are the lie, say now within the district and the day, even though they know say, then they go past that area day. So they all don't learn how to beat the system. So because of this, and because they are unpatriotic, naimic. But this is way too they talk. If the one that says we put this in place, with all during the lockdown, the interdistrict lockdown, we see new cases then they come out. Now districts then. New cases then they come out. Me, I feel say, then say for we don't do what Musa do, then for don't test the system. Undercover. You all know about Undercover Boss. Also, that TV program. Then say for don't test the system. From the military now, then take them any kind of way and test the system, see who side the flaws then they. But if we all want to make boss man, then our office, and waiting they can't tell we, now we take the CSOs then, the civil society then, we go around, most of them people are there sabi there. Most of them people in there sabi there. So then it's not checkpoint, you have to do it because waiting and count pass, right, the CSO they not go act like say they want to beat the system. So now I make them come with a report say, yes, everything is in place. Because when they reach each checkpoint, they ask the owner pass, they have to do they them forbid don't go like say, you know it's in, I'm not get pass, but we can work things out. So now I make them come with a good report. Now I make me say, the interdistrict, they work for the one that will be afraid. Then the one that we know the afraid, you know they work for them. Because they're all then at the clique, the corruption gang. Yeah, Okada rider they say, in don't go 6-10 a money. He say then they go 10 nets. So then just feel say, now so for make money and spread the virus. You run out of that money, they say, if COVID-19 knock you down, your immune system not strong. Now in that too. And you don't endanger your entire family. You don't endanger them. They don't tell we say, you can get this virus, you don't know. You do go and spread them. Say it done by you don't even know say you been getter. Because waiting do, your immune system strong. So you can just imagine how dangerous it is out there. And Musa not talk how many passengers then be the day inside the motor car, but he tell we see the social distancing inside the motor car, now the drivers then they determine them. When me one feel say, I won't believe say overload take place. Where even then they when they hit na checkpoint, that one they for bring red flag. But As always, the extra passenger are for the security them. Also, then driver then can say, then are for the security them. Me expect the EOC for go undercover too. I'm your expectation than then because Jamie will say, then they expect Musa, if Musa can able to forgive them. No, una self carry out on our own. I see Musa do una self go na the pack them, una carry out on our own. For each side, where una the left, una don't do una I mark till una you choose on angle. Because if anything happen from the park, una neighbor you choose on the go, the news go to reach. But una do una case study is fine. So the after everything una they can now for make una arrest now, then they umboku talk no didi. And this one way we can look for say, if government do this, civil society go can do this. Skipule no they me I not can see that way. I know they say and so. What in government want do? It always they do one. Government not ever want try for do something and say civil society go talk then stop. No ever. How many times civil society no don't talk for severe blighting? They left her. What they get in no arrest her. Almost days now you don't use. You don't know past 1 week. When this is the thing, when it comes to politics, government they do it in the one do. But because of the safety of we people, government need for do, they're needful. And let civil society talk about human rights, this and that. This one, we always say and say, it's for the good of the nation. It's for us to reserve and save our human capital. When government will act, nobody's going to stop government. So make themselves go undercover and then go and weed all the bad one them. Let them go and weed them out. Because if the passenger corrupt, if the driver corrupt, if the security where nine they enforce government in rule, no corrupt, how if you say that one they go end up? How you feel say go end up? So EOC, please, una self go undercover. If they get the bold mind for then a pack, bus pack, then they are like kabbalah, broad daylight. Even though we know say inter-district lockdown is on, then they look for passenger, follow them for care and go kabbalah. No. Make the law bet anybody we want jeopardize with safety in the country. The law for bets there. And the law no go say they bet because civil society go talk or then they go talk. Yes, you get unruly picking them. You get unruly picking them, that's fine. But if no say, then papa no they play. I don't need them for no. And this one now for we own safety. So EOC do the needful. He say then can go to the security. This we don't want a cham. Because if it's not working for the bad people then make the good one they not suffer. Make the good one they not suffer because they work for the bad one day. But if me not the good one, I know say there is a consequence. I choose not for the one because I want to keep myself safe, keep my family safe. Then you, now the bad one, you go up and down, you go take her, they will go meet up some sign now. Maybe in a market, we'll meet up there. Because you know the listing word, you don't go pull outside, you don't pull out, you don't counter. Then you don't go endanger me where feel say, I they try for do everything. That is not right. And we're not going to just talk and so we left and say, because the one they then are the bad one them. No. We hope say we go here. Say, they don't clamp down on drivers or passengers or security personnel. But they want to do why for we safety. So that the numbers them go down. From same way, then they pop up na area them where this lockdown they ask. Then safe. Not able. Forget the idea. They say, you know what? We could go check the system if they work. We could go check. But then, you know, one at their mind. Before that, they will say, okay, for study case, easy not to tell you just to take phone and call and waiting and get for do case studies. This, my dear, the case study, now they check going then they pass. Now Okada riders there. They know how to beat the system. And now with the afraid safe for waiting they happen at them border there. Waiting they happen at the border they will be afraid because if this one now from one district to the other, somebody will come out from Freetown, take it to McKinney. During lockdown. Make we need for try. We really need for try. Make we get this blockchain. Make we get a fully data system for people in a salon. Make we get a system. Again, it's difficult for the government because that's all my they only go put up at Pademba Road. If you find policies, even remember them the old people and say, we not pay council city rate or city tax. Yes. Then they do it again. Then they find people like the 5,000 they know they pay. Where you find how much they go. At the end of the day, what's happen? They work. Because we don't get a database. All on the back now the lapses on the own side. Because if we don't get the database, say, now you this, now you deny. You must need something where it will affect you tomorrow. Where say, because of that one day, I want to keep my record clean. But because we don't get database back, now the same thing. Make daddy God help salon. But today EOC. Una self go do na yon undercover. Una say una take una big motor car them. No. Una find one person they make himself dress like passenger. Start from them park there. Una self go undercover boss. Mark everybody, highlight everybody. Una do unwanted 210. Trust me. The driver then no go do again. No go do. Because now the driver now they start. 110, 210. How much can una dey load? As soon as they load, if una load from McKinney, as soon as they reach McKinney, from the driver now, all the other passengers they will dey inside you. Bam. Una left them back 1-2 days. Una for come. Una appear all that side back. Nothing the old man they free, they don't know stand and they come. Now don't need on so. The Okada riders have now they wanna meet up now themselves. Saloma not for Fredo. Saloma would afraid so. Me God help Salon. But God not help Salon. If we safe, no one for help we safe. We go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. See you, police. Ta-ta.